That's the skinny that's out there for the mainstream. But if you do the research on this, everybody who has something to do with law was saying, I can't believe a misdemeanor was even brought to trial. They say this stuff rarely makes it to trial.
It's like somebody wanted him. Somebody wanted to get him.
Yeah, no, there's a guy who runs the office down there. I can't think of his name. Anybody who does the research, will you please put up there the name of the dude office who made this happen? It's a Stephen A. Smith type nigga. That's what I'm getting at.
It's a brother.
They hire niggas now to prosecute niggas, to talk, like Stephen A. Smith talk about black men on TV. But with Giddy, it's like, oh, you don't know what happened. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Listen, this is what you need to know about this case. The woman got arrested. They don't even arrest women, especially.
Talking about that guy?
Hold on. I think that's him. What's the name?
Alvin Bragg, Manhattan's first black district attorney. I don't know now. He's just one of them.
Yeah, no, that's him.
Manhattan's first black district attorney.
Put there just like Obama was put there. Under Obama, they wrote a whole bunch of laws to hang people. Under Stephen A. Smith, you could talk about black men on ESPN, but everybody else gets due process, or they his friend.
That's fuck.
Now, they hiring these sellout Negroes to be in charge of offices. Let me tell you what's happened in this case. The Caucasian woman in question got arrested. They don't arrest Caucasian women on battery and all that shit. They arrested her. The officers came and arrested her. This is what you need to know about that Johnathan Majors case.
What are you talking about? When she was drunk, lean, and like knocked out in his own closet.
They showed the bitch, they got video of the bitch chasing him down the street.
That was ridiculous, right? I was like, okay, good. He's out.
This is what you need to know about this case.
Like, how you hurt and you chasing that man?
And it's so terrible when you think about it, but it's just you need to know what's happening. None of the evidence against the woman was allowed in the courtroom.
That's crazy. That's true, that's crazy.
None of the evidence they had showing what she did was allowed in the courtroom. They said, we don't care what she did. Even though she got arrested, they didn't want to prosecute her. What kind of world is this? You know what they called her? The survivor. They was calling the bitch the survivor in the courtroom. This bitch was dancing, wound up drunk, where Johnathan Majors was supposed to be, so he went and got a hotel because he didn't want no drama.
See, he did stay away from me, right?
He didn't want no drama, and they found him guilty. Anybody who been through the court system, you ain't surprised. You already know what the court system is. Court system hang you, dog.
Lock your black ass up.
You got money, you normally can beat it. But if you in the courtroom, hope Brother Majors is listening to this. If you in the courtroom and you was fucking a Caucasian woman, motherfucker, you ain't got no rights. This bitch, we using this evidence against him, and we gonna motherfucking make it what we wanna make it. And a nigga was in charge of the shit happening.
And I think that those, when they played, which she purposely saved those, but when they played those messages that he left her or that she recorded in his apartment, that didn't help. Even though, to me, it was like, okay, well, that shouldn't have anything to do with what happened that night. However, I think that's what they're using against him. Did you hear those ones where he was talking about how she needed to be like this? They didn't like that. You see what I'm saying? Remember when he was saying you need to be, if you're gonna be down with me? I didn't find anything too tough about the messages that he was leaving or he was telling her. She was just crying, okay. And he was like, if you're gonna be down with this, you gotta be like this. You gotta be in position like this.
Let me get it again.
They didn't like to hear that.
Now that dude who you said, he black, right? But guess what? The jury was all Caucasian. Except for one black lady. And you ought to see what she had to say when they asked her about the jury, about the verdict. She did this. Yes.
Oh, they broke her down. Dang it.
Homie, let me tell you something, man. That dude was done. Do you remember in New York when that black tennis player was standing in front of them building and them motherfucking detectives just started getting at his ass?
That's true.
Homie,
Hopefully he can appeal that up.
When we gonna learn we're not one of them?
Nothing is more
not gonna
crooked
be
than
fair.
cops and the judicial system. That's the most crooked organization in the history of humanity, is broke folks with power. And if you get somebody broke, power, oh, they're gonna abuse it. Look at all these offices held by people who come from nothing. They're manipulating the money of every village and city that they're in. Johnathan Majors didn't have a shot. They wanted that guilty verdict on him, and they manufactured it. And what's gonna be done about it? Because I know what they can do. They can do whatever they want to do.
So many lessons to be learned. Like, you don't have the same privilege that some of these people have. He couldn't even settle.
They offered him a settlement. The settlement would have had it where he was just
Guilty.
admitting.
Had to plead guilty.
Yeah. See, Johnathan Majors had a lot at stake with that deal with Universal.
Yeah.
Universal, that was his ticket out of having to be on the 5150 show. Now he got to come do the little fucking podcast and shit, and sit in there with motherfuckers. So Johnathan, what happened to you, man? Johnathan, you didn't do that, did you, Johnathan?
We never know. Hey, maybe he
Unprofessional mother who get paid by the system to
Maybe
have a podcast. Now you got to, Johnathan, you got to be out here with the bootleg press now. These hoes from all races ain't shit.
Never took him down like that.
From all
we
races.
stand behind our man.
What?
Stop
What did
the
you say?
cap.
We stand behind our men. We do. A sister would have never did that to him.
Trina, you saying women stand behind their men.
I said a sister.
You just got through saying if he'd have picked a sister. Do you want to recant that statement?
I do not.
Ain't no woman gonna stand behind you in those situations where they can win.
We want him to keep his
Let me
career.
make sure
That's the
I
meal
say
ticket.
that so you can understand it.
What?
If a bitch can win, a bitch gonna choose to win over righteousness. That's why they collecting money from motherfuckers they ain't even around no more. They went for the win. Fuck the fact that this motherfucker helped you raise your kids and that